How to pick your real estate agent without any referrals or anybody telling you who to go to. Let me start out first by saying, pick me, pick me. No, just kidding. There's a lot of folks out there that like to make their decisions on their own without any influences or anybody giving a referral because they want to do it objectively. Not every experience is exactly the same, and no one's going to be happy with everybody's referral. I'm Brian, your Realtor Mentor. Like, follow my videos, leave a comment, and DM me on the side if you need more information. I'm going to give you the best tips and tricks to make the decision on your own if that's the way you want to do things. Everybody says you like to be able to gain trust with the person you're dealing with, but before you even get there, you need to kind of do an informal interview. And I mean offline, not even them knowing that you're doing it. Because half the time they're gushing and kissing your ass, you can't even make the right decision because of the way they're playing you. It's what you call a little espionage work, or as the kids call it, creeping them. You can go look them up on Facebook, you can go look them up on LinkedIn, you can look them up on X, formerly known as Twitter. There's a lot of different ways you can go figure out what you're going to be working. And the other big reason because you're doing this is because you don't want anybody to know what you're doing. A lot of times, if you're private like me, you don't want to share that you're getting into the mindset of this. You're going to sell your home and you're going to go buy a new place because people are going to try to sway you or talk you out of what you're doing and then also influence how you want to pick the person you're going to go with. Yes, and I would call it an interview. You know what? You can learn as you go along and you can ask specific questions and test yourself to figure out what type of individual that you want to be representing. Do you want a local guy that knows the neighborhood? Do you want a big guy who's got multiple assistants and other agents on their team? Do you want to pick a newbie because you can get a little bit more out of them? There's many ways you can go about this in order to determine who you want to go with, but there's a lot of things that I would try to consider first. I think one of the most important social tools that you can go to or a business platform is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a great avenue to look up the person, to find out what they used to do before. Do you want to go with a guy that worked at Walmart for the last 10 years of his life, or do you want somebody who has a little bit of a technical background, or somebody that's been in management, or somebody that, somebody you're going to gravitate to because of the fact that they've been in the same business and field as you and talk the same talk? This is what we call a segue in the business, and then it's something that opens a door for you guys to talk about, and it gives you some commonality. I think this is really, really important. I think if you establish that, you find that type of individual, I think you're going to be really happy with the results or the type of person, because once you end up start talking to them, you'll get a feel for the type of individual that they are. That in itself is their resume. Because think about it. They list out all the things that they've done. How did they progress in the workforce? And it gives you an idea if they're a go-getter. Do they have any substance? And it gives you some kind of an understanding if they've got experience with life. And some of the things that goes with life is owning a home. I think that's important because sometimes there's a lot of people that are out there that, they're doing this part-time. That's a major, major thing because when you go to look them up on LinkedIn and you see that they don't have their real estate profession on their LinkedIn, that's a huge red flag. Red flag number one. If they don't feel passionate enough about their job, that they don't post it up on LinkedIn to say that they're proud to be a real estate person, then I would say that's a warning sign. You need to know that somebody that is involved in the business that they're doing, that they're proud to promote it and that they are not ashamed to say, I'm a real estate person, unless they have a job with somebody else and they don't want to know the company they're working for, that they are working part-time as a real estate person. The biggest problem with this business is all the part-timers that are in it. Listen, they're not in it. They're not in it at all. Because you know what? If they're not, eating, sleeping, living, breathing real estate, they're not your people. Believe me, they're not the ones you need to go with. And I will drop the subject there. On top of that, you got to think about the omnipresence. And that's a big word that's being used these days. How much are they out there? When you go look them up on Facebook, what are they showing? What are they talking about? If you go on Instagram, what are they talking about? What are they showing? Same thing with LinkedIn. You need to know and feel the vibe from them that all they think about is real estate. That's important. Another component to this is, are they relatable? Are they down to earth? Are they, do you find that when you're sitting across the table from them, do they feel like as if they're on your level or do they feel like they're superior? I always get concerned when I look at people and I'm talking to them and they're arrogant and they're condescending. I think sometimes they got to realize that this is a two-way street. You know your neighborhood and you know your home and you know the other people's homes in the neighborhood. And sometimes if they don't respect the fact that you know a little bit about your neighborhood, you're a smart person, you know how to use a computer, and you know what's selling in your neighborhood. I think if they give you your respect from that perspective, I think you may have found somebody that you could work with. The one thing they taught us 16 years ago when I was in school was they said, believe this or not, give them the comparables, let them see the numbers. They will pick the price of their home. You are not supposed to pick the price of your home. You need to know that the person that's going to present the facts is going to make you feel or lead you to make the right decision about what the right number is for your home. If you have an agent that's dictating to you the exact price and you accept that, then there's a problem. And then again, too, it also comes down to ego. How much ego can you stand? Can you tolerate or stomach somebody telling you, I sold 5,000 homes this year, I've $1 billion? Like, come on, give your head a shake. There is no rocket science to this business. And if somebody tries to tell you there is, then you know what? They're blowing smoke up your ass. And I think you're much more intelligent to know that you can get somebody that can do this job just as well and just as efficiently, because they're all using the same software with the Toronto Real Estate Board and the Hamilton Board and all the social media platforms. Nobody's doing anything more fantastic. And believe me, the millions of dollars that they say they're spending on advertising and marketing, it's for them, for their face. It has nothing to do with the properties. What sells the home is the actual buyers who are looking up things on Realtor.ca, as well as the ones that are getting emails from their agents from the Toronto Real Estate Board or the Hamilton Board or the Halton Board telling them what properties are available. It's the way it comes out with the photos on the system that makes them gravitate towards the properties they want. That's the ticket. At the end of the day, it comes down to who you're going to like working with, because that's what it is. You can't make people feel like as if, you're superior to them. It's the same thing at work. I always found that I always worked better with, or my people used to work better with, a person that worked with them. And you know what? When it came time to, get the job done, they were rolling up their sleeves with the guys in order to make the job happen. And I'll tell you, if you can find yourself somebody that you feel like you can work with, I think that's the key. And then you've got somebody that's a winner. I'm Brian, your realtor mentor. Follow my videos, leave a comment and DM me on the side if you'd like to talk some more. Talk to you later.